DESIblitz.com.
I think not just the taxi drivers, but overall COVID-19 has affected almost everybody's life in 2020. Taxi drivers in particular, because not many people are using taxis. Not many people are going to town or going to hospitals or various places. So that way, less public, and taxis are suffering because of less movement from the public.
कि रात पूरा दिन तुस कम करो ना तो 2 जाओ में तुसा मिलियन 3 जाओ मिलियन तो उसमें कोई फायदा भी नहीं है तो कार बैठने में कोई फायदा को नहीं है ना कार जो ना बाहर जोगे तो कम ने हालात इतने खराब नो कि ठीक होने अंदर ना नहीं लेने तो मंडे तो लेकर आज क्या दिन है थर्सडे है ना तकरीबन ये ना 50 पाउंड भी नहीं हुए तकरीबन समझ ना तो हालात इतने खराब नो कि completely खत्म हो गया ये किस्म का taxi business.
Before COVID-19, we used to earn, but there was competition with other taxi firms. We used to earn, but that used to pay our mortgage bills, food on time, and obviously we were business was down, but at least we were earning a bit to pay off our utility bills, mortgage, food. But after COVID, like 6 months I was at home, there was no work because of the cases were going up and obviously because of the lockdowns. And after 6 months I came back to work, but so many taxi drivers have left and work has gone really, really down.
The Hackney taxi trade is affected deeply. I mean, our earnings have decreased by over 80%. We are actually doing more than like 10, 11 hours, where there's little work, especially with all the pubs, bars, everything closing at 10 o'clock. And the theatres are closed, exhibitions, dinners, restaurants, everything, everywhere where we were getting jobs from, everything is like, all the businesses have been affected as well, and it's given us a knock-on effect on us big time.
I'm working like from 9 till 6, Monday to Friday, and we're just getting like 3 jobs in a day, so making like 12 to 15 pounds in a day from Solihull station. So obviously it's affected a lot financially and obviously mentally, because it's more stress now to pay mortgage, bills, food, insurance, petrol. So we can't survive on it.
I could give you a full impact on myself. Look, I'm a family man with kids and a wife to support at home. When I started the trade, I looked for being a taxi driver. It was great working as a cab driver. I invested in a brand new vehicle before COVID, £30,000. I invested in a Euro 6 Mercedes because of this clean air zone thing. When COVID came in, it's affected me dramatically. I became stressed. I had anxiety. I couldn't pay my bills for my brand new vehicle, which I had to sell on a loss because I couldn't afford to pay any bills. Don't forget, you got your mortgage to pay. You got your car finance to pay. You got everything to pay. Relies on you to look after your family. Since COVID has gave me a bigger impact, which I wouldn't dream of.
That they have raised that they're not making enough money. The most money they're making in a day is probably 20 to 30 pound, which is not even covering their fuel. So therefore, yes, there is a lot of cry from the taxi drivers, but because the city is not in operation fully where it should be, where it is 100% was active, now only 25% of the city is active, and therefore there is a 75% of effect. Well, Hackney trade itself is very sort of safe environment. because they are separated from the driver. There is always that shield in front of them. So yes, I believe the taxi, Hackney taxi, especially the black cabs, they are very safe to travel, and drivers are taking that precaution. They are sort of cleaning their cars regular. They sanitize them. They're taking all sorts of precautions to maintain that safe environment.
Obviously, it's scary because we don't know which passenger might be carrying COVID, but obviously we do clean our taxis before and after the passenger comes in and out, and we are taking all the precautions, like we've got hand gel, I've got hand gel, then I've got wipes to clean off, and we are wearing masks when the passengers are in and out. Obviously, while driving we have got mask on, washing our hands every 20 minutes with the gel.
सेफ तो नहीं है, लेकिन की करिए फिर मजबूरी है। असां चलो एक फायदा जो पार्टीशन लगा हुआ इसमें तो थोड़ा फायदा है, लेकिन खतरा तो है ना, बीमारी तो है ना, होता है हो ही सकनी है। सारे ड्राइवर या ना जावेद साहब भी फौत हो गए इस बीमारी ना, तो एक तो और ही बंदे सर फौत हो गए ना, तो खतरा तो है ना।
As I said, being in the forefront we're picking up even people coming from abroad, from airports. Well, there's less people coming, going, and from a lot of foreigners we're picking up as well still, and the local people, and working around the hospitals, picking up passengers around there. It's very difficult for us. It's very scary at times. We're trying our best to cope and be safe, and sanitize ourselves and the vehicles all the time. We're doing our best, but again, in the back of your minds, it's always there that your family could get affected by this disease.
At the moment, I feel it's unsafe. I mean, at the moment, what we're doing is we're trying to keep our vehicles clean, sanitize, to not get affected with this coronavirus. Yeah. Some of our drivers have been affected with the coronavirus, have caught the virus from people they pick up in their taxis. We're doing everything we can. When I go home, I think twice that I don't want to be spreading the virus to my family. You know, at the moment, it's just a stress on your mind that if it happens to me, what will I do? You know, all that burden I have on me, it's gonna struggle.
Well, I heard quite a few drivers have now taken a second job, like security, officer's job, where they're now doing two jobs at the same time. So, yeah, there is quite a few of them searching and looking to give up this trade because there's not enough money in there. There's any incentive for them. So therefore, they're looking for a second job. I
mean, I applied for a lot of jobs. Like I'm trying to get onto the deliveries and trucks, trying to get a course to do the trucks, try to do a career change, which is the main thing for me at the moment, because at the moment I'm not making any money at all. So when I applied for several companies, there's a waiting list. Everyone is applying for it. It's not just only me. Everyone's trying to find a job at the moment. There is no jobs out there. People are struggling to find a decent job or a decent pay where they could earn and pay their financials. And I expect government to give us some courses or some sort of retention schemes where we can apply for other jobs, where we can feel secure.
Yeah, I did try for the jobs, but the vacancies are all full. And if government supports us doing some educational courses and get us a job, then we'll be highly appreciated. But I think the government is not helping us in any way financially or putting us on some courses, so where we can do some courses and get onto a better jobs. But I applied for two other jobs like Lidl's, Tesco, Asda, but obviously all the vacancies are full. So the only option we have got is like taxi, and obviously the taxi work has gone really, really down.
और जॉब की मिल सी ना पसंद 65 years old ना तो उन्होंने कोई होंडल नहीं है, कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, वो बड़ा ये ना hard है.
A lot of the taxi drivers have been in this trade for a long time now. I've been in this trade for about 15 years. It's difficult for us to go back into another trade automatically. We have to go either back into education or look for like training courses online or whatever. But even again, everything is impacted. So, and it's going to take us about easily 6 months or a year to learn another trade before we can get into any work.
Well, my head office, RMT, has actually lobbied this case with the Parliament, and we have circulated that information with the drivers that they need help. They are the one who are mostly suffering financially, so there should be some incentive from the government to the taxi drivers so they can survive. Well, myself in particular, I'm very close with most of the drivers. As you know, I've just got involved with them over the last 7 years. My relationship with them is like personal. They've treated me like a big brother. And I've had a meeting or discussions with them on a daily basis. Whatever I can do, I will do. And I've done quite a bit over the period to get them mobilized. So therefore, yes, I will lobby that to local government for their license fees to reduce, therefore medical licenses to reduce. I will lobby whatever I can lobby to support them.
Physically and obviously mentally and financially, we have been affected a lot in pandemic. Yeah, so we taxi drivers think that government should do more to support us financially and look after us, but I think so they have forgotten us because obviously we're only getting 20% of our income.
The government here needs to play a key role and help all the taxi drivers across the whole of the UK, especially Birmingham, help us a lot funding wise, retraining wise, and careers help. There's no careers help, a sense of direction where we can go and find more work and more help. Where do we grasp more help? Re-education, retraining. And as I said, the taxi trade for the next 6 months, 12 months is been heavily impacted with this pandemic. And we seriously have to think about other work that we can do, or maybe the government can help us with.
जब तक इलाज ठीक होना है इन्हू तब तक यार ना कोई मदद दे सकन तो बेहतर है.
I'm expecting the government to give us some sort of courses or training where we could find another job, basically support us financially. I mean, if I was to do any course, or if I was to do another driving job like a transport or go onto the trucks or do anything else, I expect government to support us on training grounds, to fund us towards that. At the moment, if you look at it, that you have to pay for these courses unless you are on certain benefits. If you're not on them benefits, you do not qualify for them courses unless you are unemployed. Then you get that support from the government. Otherwise, you won't get the support from the government.
Nothing's coming forward in particular for taxi drivers. We as the RMT union have lobbied that, as I said earlier, to the Parliament that they should be considered, because of their earning so little at this particular moment. At the moment, nothing is coming forward, but watch this space. You never know. The government might say, you know what, we recognize that acne trade is suffering. So therefore they might come with some incentive.
तेरे आने की आस है दोस्त, शाम फिर क्यों उदास है दोस्त, महकी महकी फिजा ये कह रही है कि तू कहीं आस पास है दोस्त, कि तू कहीं आस पास है दोस्त. That was a song from Muhammad Rafi. So